Happy Tuesday, everybody. Today's episode is all about stocks. Not the stocks and bonds you put your money into, but the stocks, which are the basis of all of my soups, sauces. If you want to look at it this way, it's simply the canvas upon which the other flavors shall play. So today I've decided to make 3 different stocks for you. I go to the butcher and I ask for beef marrow bones. See the marrow? That's all protein. You want fat. You want all that. With that, we're going to fortify this stock with some raw marrow bones. You take 2/3 of your bones, whatever you decide to buy, and roast them in the oven. Marrow bones possess a lot of fat. So what you want to do is you want to lift the marrow bones from the fat, and we're going to put it into our stock pot, both the roasted and the raw. I wanted to emphasize the fact that we have scraps. You have mushroom stems, portobello mushroom stems, all of the tops and the bottoms of the tomatoes, carrots unpeeled, celery pieces, some fresh thyme, some bay leaves, and peppercorns. And we're going to put all this into our stock pot. We're going to add some red wine, go cheap, and then water. Let's get this on the stove so that we got something to play with later. Bring it up to a boil very fast, and then once it starts boiling, you lower the heat and just let it simmer. We're gonna use this and create something out of it. We'll see what happens later. Now, fish stock is a delicate stock. So you go to your fishmonger, butcher, whatever, and ask him for the heads. I have a triple tail head because I was doing triple tail this week. Pop it in the stock pot. White wine. This particular stock is going to feature garlic, celery, onions. I have a lobster base. As you can see, we're still using scraps. I got scallion ends, fresh thyme, bay leaves, and pink and black peppercorns. Cover that fish head with water. You just want to put enough water into it to cover the head. You want to do this one slow because of the delicate of the fish. You want to bring this up slow, and then once it starts to boil, again, turn them down, let it simmer. This is only going to take about 35 to 40 minutes. And finally, we're going to make our chicken stock. I have a whole chicken here because I want to show you how to take it apart, use the good meat for eating, and we're going to use the body and the bones for stocking. We're going to take the small part of the wings off, put them into the pot, both sides. Boom. And then we're going to hold the chicken out flat. We're going to go down the breastbone. Chickens are not flat, they're round. So I'm going to just take off the breast, just enough, because I want to use this side to weigh down this side so that it doesn't flip around while I'm cutting it. That way, you don't cut yourself. We're gonna break the leg bone from the backbone and just make one straight cut. And I got a whole half chicken. We're gonna do the same thing with the other side. So this body, instead of throwing it away, nope, psych, we're gonna put it in our pot. And then we're gonna take one incision down the leg. We're gonna spread it apart, release it, and then just shave it down, going around the kneecap. This is the half chicken that I use in my restaurant. It's a boneless chicken with the skin on. We're gonna reserve that, and that's gonna be dinner at some point. We're gonna take our vegetables, carrots, celery, onions, fresh thyme, bay leaves. I'm just gonna go straight water. Again, just enough to cover it. Uh-oh, I hear something boiling. See, our beef stock is rolling on the high. Now we're gonna turn it down and just let it simmer. If you noticed, I didn't use any salt in any of these stocks. You wanna keep them as bland as possible because later when you go and make your, let's say, bouillabaisse or a chicken gravy or a soup of some sort, you're gonna season those ingredients and you're gonna use your stock for the base. Hey, how do you know it's done? Well, the first one, obviously the beef stock, what you want to do is, because half of the bones were already cooked, You want to cook the other half of the bones that we put in there, the raw ones. Plus, you want the vegetables to cook all the way, soft. How do you know the chicken's done? When the chicken is completely cooked, give it another half an hour. That way the stock has a chance to reduce. And finally, the fish. Once the fish heads are cooked, like really cooked, I'm talking about fall apart cooked, then that's when it's time to strain out your fish. This is what my childhood consists of. Learning how to make these from the best chefs. See our chicken? I think it's time for us to strain it out. See how it's coming out nice and clear? Oops. And this is what we're left with. Let's check out our fish stock. I'm gonna grab a tool, spoon, tongs, whatever you decide, because I want you to see what this fall apart fish head should look like. See, I can't even pick it up because it's all over the place. That's how you know it's ready. Look at that. It smells and looks delicious. All right, so now we have to strain our beef stock, except instead of straining it and put it away, I'm gonna make you cheeseburger soup for National Hamburger Day. Surprise! We already did hamburgers anyway, so let me show you another way to eat a hamburger. Remember all that beef fat I saved from the marrow bones? We're gonna use that to make our soup because I want our soup to taste like a hamburger. So we put a little bit of that oil in there. Ground beef. Make it flat so it cooks fast. Saw that? We're gonna season our ground beef, salt, pepper. We're gonna mix it around until the ground beef is cooked all the way through. You know what I love on my hamburgers? Bacon cheeseburger soup, baby. Now that our beef is nice and brown with our bacon, I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of flour and we're gonna make a roux. Once that's nice and brown and the roux is cooked, let's strain the stock, baby. Get it all up off the bottom. We wanna reduce it a bit. I'm gonna splash a little bit of heavy cream into it. The fat in the heavy cream and the fat from the marrow bones is gonna help hold our cheese for the cheeseburger soup. Bringing that back up to a boil. See what we got going on here? We got some nice thick bubbles. That means that we're ready for the cheese. So we take a nice good amount of cheese. That's gonna also thicken this a little bit more. Plus it's gonna have the richness. Throw that in there, move it around so it melts. Turn it off and let the heat from the pot and the soup do the rest. Go down on the bottom, get all that meat and bacon. I don't know about you, but I need the works on my cheeseburgers. So I've got lettuce, tomato, slices of red onion. I got croutons, that's gonna act as our bun. And I took some yellow potatoes and roasted them. That's gonna be our French fries. Throw in our bun, we throw in our fries, and then we finish it with our lettuce, tomato, and onion. Can't have a burger without a pickle. Chop up a pickle. The vinegar in the pickle is gonna cut through all that fat, just like a cheeseburger soup. Happy Hamburger Day.